Hi, my name is Olivia Norda, and this is my Speech 3 Persuasive Speech for my Communications 101 class. These are the 9 people. Alright, so plastic. It's something that we use every day, and it makes up virtually everything that we use because of its durability and its convenience. It makes up the grocery bags that we use when we go to the grocery store, and then it makes up the things that are holding the leftovers in the fridge, as well as just something as thing as like a water bottle or like a cup or straw that we use in our cups. The things that we use, almost everything contains plastic now, and it's very harmful to the environment. And the cause of it is human wastefulness. Human wastefulness is basically the cause of plastic pollution in the oceans today, and it should be curbed by the enforcing of plastic-free alternatives, as well as just abandoning our dependency on plastic altogether. I use many credible resources when researching for this speech, including articles from the United States Environmental Protection Agency, coalitions and projects, as well as articles based on this topic. And as I was researching this, I learned that all of us, we're all a part of this system, of this we are connected to the ocean, and it's our job to make sure that we're keeping it clean and safe. So I'm going to start by looking at the problems plastic causes and then solutions to go to these problems. The plastic that we use is very damaging to the oceans, and it's an alarming problem. It's produced by the result of poorly managed waste, according to the Environmental Protection Agency. And also, Environmental Protection Agency also reports that trash packaging and improperly disposed of waste makes up 80% of all trash and waste on or marine debris in the beaches. And then virtually all of that is single-use plastic. The Plastic Pollution Coalition also reported that plastic pieces outnumber life in the ocean 6 to 1, and that by 2050, there will be more plastic in the oceans than fish. This is kind of a big problem, especially when you consider that a large portion of the population depends on seafood, either as their main source of protein or food in general. So imagine you're going snorkeling and you look down into the water and all you see is plastic. You're supposed to be on vacation, you're supposed to see the beauty of this earth, and that's all you see. That's kind of sad. But this is the reality in just a few years if we don't do something about this. And so the problems that plastic creates are that, first of all, it does not biodegrade. It is undestructible. The Center for Biological Diversity says that the durability of plastic is so strong that every piece of plastic ever made still exists. And that plastic, when it does break down, it breaks down into tiny little pieces, about 5 millimeters, that are able to get into even the smallest biota of the ocean and basically every nook and cranny of the ocean. And this endangers the health and safety of marine animals and life, as they mistake this plastic for food, which means that they can be choked, or it blocks their bowels and makes them basically starve themselves because they don't realize that it's not their food. And then Irfan says that the bowels are blocked by these big pieces of plastic, and that it is harmful to life, and is why extinction rates are going up so much. So humans are directly correlated to this, as first of all, when we eat the seafood, plastic, when it floats around the ocean, it accumulates toxins and chemicals. And so, and when it breaks down, it contains harmful chemicals already inside of it, so these chemicals are leaching into the ocean, into animals that eat them, so animals get sick and they can die from these chemicals. So as humans, when we eat this seafood, we are taking in these toxins that the animals have eaten, because basically we're eating whatever they have already eaten. Not necessarily that we're taking in plastic as well, the pieces, but we're taking in the toxins that plastic has, which is harmful to our health. Scientists can't, from like a study from ASU, they say that they can't tell exactly the effects that the plastic toxins are having on us because of the uncontrolled exposure, because so many people eat seafood, they don't know what all these health effects are causing. But they do know that these toxins do interfere with the endocrine system, meaning like reproductive, neurological, immune, and development systems. And then believe it or not, the economy is definitely affected by this plastic. For a lot of places on rely on tourism to their beaches or just west on their coast, people don't want to go to a beach that's strewn with plastic, and so they put in all this money. Like the Environmental Protection Agency said that the West Coast communities are spending more than $250 million a year to combat litter and to prevent trash from becoming marine debris. So essentially, just taxpayers' dollars are just going towards the mess that they're creating. And so really, these problems can be curbed if we were to just be more aware of what the use we're using, and if we use plastic-free alternatives and just stop using plastic. So there are many ways to do this. We can use our reusable containers, shopping bags, and our water bottles, or we can just avoid packaged foods, like buy in bulk, because that always uses less packaging. Make sure you cycle, always check the labels on your food items or containers to make sure that they are recyclable. And then if you don't think this will work, the EPA hierarchy of waste management says that the most effective way to prevent marine and aquatic debris is to prevent waste in the first place. They always reported that source reduction is proven to reduce pollution, save natural resources, and conserve energy. And then it's very ethical to do this with the amount of plastic-free alternatives that are in the world today. There are bamboo, there are steel straws that you can use, the amount of reusable plastic water bottles, or just water bottles that you see today, or you can just use a bamboo toothbrush instead of a plastic one. There are reusable Ziploc bags or just containers. Anything that you can reuse and that's not single use is more beneficial to the environment. And then some think that plastic is too immersed in society to just do away with it today. And unfortunately, this is sort of right, as it's going to take many years for us to go plastic free. We have to do something now, because if we don't, then when will we? And when can we solve this problem? So it should not be that hard to stop using plastic, especially when you can imagine the effects that it's having on the environment. So imagine you're going to the beach with your family, and you're supposed to just have a nice relaxing day, right? So you get there, and there's no trash. It's just clean, and it's beautiful, and it smells. You can just smell the salt from the ocean. You let your kids and yourself, you take off your shoes to feel the warm sand underneath your feet, and your kids even find a tide pool filled with sea anemones and starfish and just a bunch of animals. It's a fun day, right? Now imagine going to the beach, and it's strewn with plastic. You can't take off your shoes because there's too many pieces in the sand. You're afraid you're going to step on something and hurt yourself. And when you go and look around and explore the beach, all you can see are dumps of plastic everywhere with flies. That's the only creatures. That's not something that I believe anyone wants. So, plastic, while it causes many problems, we must do something about it. It can be curbed by the use of plastic-free alternatives, and ultimately the ocean depends on us to stop using plastic. And then these are the 9 people again. These are the 9 Okay, this is one. Can you see all of it?
Back up a little bit.
And this is the other side of that. Can you just... This is the third note card, first side, second side, and then this is the last fourth note card.